All right, the next step here is to take all these wood chips I just got and put them around my garden to make it look nicer, also to get rid of the grass. I'm getting rid of the situation where I don't have to cut my grass or cut most of it throughout the summer when it gets really hot, or in the spring and fall when it starts to grow a lot. So let's get to it. You see here, my neighbor hooked me up with all this free cardboard, which I believe comes from casket boxes, which are big. They don't have much tape on them and they just take up a lot of space, which is great. And you can see around my yard here, I already have a bunch of them down. I was able to put down this stuff in maybe October, in the fall. And you can see the grass is starting to come up a little bit, but I just need to wood chip down on that and that'll be fine. But I need to get more wood chips on all this stuff because this looks kind of hideous right now. And then on top of all my planter boxes, I have cardboard just to kill the weeds. These will be coming off when I plant. And here's the final result. You can see I got the cardboard down with the wood chips on it all the way down here. Looks a lot better. And smothered all that grass out. See, this actually had broken down wood chips, so I put that bag near my fruit trees, so eventually that will provide nutrition to the trees there. And over here by my fig tree and my tayberry bush, I had a Chilean guava there, but that one died. But yeah, this is all a lot nicer now. Because this just, it's really hard to cut this. I just have to do it with a weed whacker to be really careful, so this will be a lot nicer this year. All this lumber here I got for free from that nice guy who owns the mill. I can use this to build a nice platform now. I need to build a wall over here to separate my garden from the slow-mo zone. That way I'm not splashing ink and whatever else, pumpkins, all over my garden. So I'll build a nice wall here. This is west facing this direction, so I'm not going to be blocking a lot of light either. All right, it's the next day here. I need to create a wall that blocks off those plants, so if I splatter anything here, it doesn't coat all my kale and rhubarb and all that kind of stuff. So I have a couple old pallets. I'm going to put them up. I'm going to use some of this old lumber here, this old growth used lumber, to do that. Alright, so I got this up. This peg is just a real pain to get in there. I just used a longer screw. The other side went in nice and smooth. It's a little wobbly. So I need another one in the middle. That's really deep, so that's what I'm gonna do now. Alright, the next day here, so I just put this wood down. It's not bolted in. I didn't put my camera out because it's kind of raining, but I've just laid the boards down. And as you can see, I have a deck. So underneath all of these boards are pallets, and the pallets are filled with soil, which I grew 2 seasons ago. I had each row of each pallet was a crop. So I'm using that as like a framework and then putting the boards on top because they're all perfectly level. And the other update is I've got some big posts now, you can see. And I've rebuilt the fence back there, so now it's all perfectly flat and not falling over. So that's good. I'll probably put a couple boards on that to kind of create a barrier so I don't spray anything, splash pumpkin on my neighbor's shed over there. All right, now it's time to start pushing all these boards down, screwing them down into the pallets underneath. And I put this black tarp over top so I don't get any grass and weeds growing up, because it's relentless. Also, there's good soil underneath here, and if I do want to pull it out at some point, if I want to convert this back into a garden, I won't have contaminated soil. If I have ink or, I don't know, I smash some electronics or something, it'll just be contained here or on the tarp and not in the soil. So all right, so I got the two boards. I actually screwed in 4 boards and then they were crooked. So I took them out and I got the first one perfectly straight in line with the fence and the peg on the other end there on the fence. So first 2 boards are done, but my battery's starting to go low. So I'm gonna try to get these attached and fix my fence before the light gets too dark out here. So I've got more lumber now. These are some nice boards. This guy basically gave me some good boards, but I had to take a bunch of crappy ones too for the deal. So see inside here. So you wouldn't believe it unless you saw it yourself how much wood you can pack in a CRV. Packed to the brim. And the other side. So it's time to start unloading all this. So here's the finished platform, the finished deck. And so I've picked up, I try to find black tarps, but no one sells black tarps. But this is free stuff you get that covers the lumber at lumber yards. They just give you that to you for free. And then I got some more of these pallets, and I'll put this wood I actually bought, and I'm gonna put that in between to finish off kind of like a wall like those ones. And I'll put those over there. And then I also need one protecting my gumi berry over there. It's already flowering and I'll leave it. I'll probably move it next year. So that's it. So we're gonna cover this. I wanted to put plywood down, but it's so expensive, like 65 bucks for a sheet of plywood, and I would need 6 of them to do this. So that's about 300 and something bucks, 350 bucks, 330 bucks. So I'm just gonna put this down over top, and maybe later I'll put plywood on it. But for the most part, it's pretty flat. It creaks and kind of bends a little bit. It's not perfectly flat, but for the most part it's pretty good. You know, there's a few notches like this that stick up a little bit, but yeah, pretty happy with it. It's all reclaimed lumber, so. And now we're getting a lot closer. So I decided to not put the plywood down because it's too expensive. We'll just see how this works out. And I got a couple walls up here. I might wrap the walls in this black stuff as well. I'm just gonna see how the slow-mo works, but I know it looks better if you're wondering why I'm using black. It looks better against black background. So I might wrap all that in black, and then I got 2 other ones to put up there and I'm wrapped. So the whole thing might be wrapped in black. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna do some tests. So that does it for this episode of my deck build of this reclaimed lumber and getting my slow motion set ready. So be sure to subscribe to this channel and my main channel, Earth Titan, where I will be posting slow motion videos. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below, and until next episode, have a good one.